Hello everyone, welcome back to Enginuity Lab. This is part 19 of our CATIA V5 beginner series tutorial. This video helps you to deep dive into one of the most used tool in CATIA modeling, the fillet feature. Let's get started. Fillet. A fillet is a rounded interior or exterior corner applied to solid edges. Fillets improves aesthetics, reduce stress concentration, helps in manufacturability, allow smooth assembly fit. In CATIA, the fillet command gives you several variations and advanced options depending on your design needs. Types of fillets. There are several types of fillets available on CATIA. Here the first one is the edge fillet. Edge fillets used for smooth transitional surfaces between two adjacent faces. Like here in this cube there are different number of faces. To make it smooth, we use the edge fillet here to smoothen the sharp corner. The second one is the face-to-face fillet. This fillet used when there is no interference between the faces or when there are more than two sharp edges between the faces. Here, these two conical shape has no interference. So we use face-to-face fillet to create a fillet here. Variable. The third one is the variable fillet. Curved surface defined according to variable radius. Like here you can see the radius of this portion is different and the radius is this end is different. This is the variable radius fillet. The fourth one is the Tritangent fillet. This removes one of the three faces which are selected. Like here I just select the first face and this one is the second face and the third face, this one which will a bar, a you can say square pipe or bar, and then this will smoothen this surface and make it round, removing the third surface. Chordal. This controls the width instead of radius. So let's get started. Go to CATIA, go to Start, Mechanical Design and Part Design. Here I am giving the name as Fillets. Click on OK. Now we are into the Part Design workbench. Before going to apply the different types of fillets, let's know first about the selection and propagation modes. Now for that I am creating a base for that. For that one I like to create a rectangle here. This is of length 100. This is also 100 mm. Click on the exit workbench, give the dimension to here. I want this is 10 mm and I want another sketch here. For that I just project this line and this line now and create by using profile tool. I'm creating this, give dimension to this one, so 10. This is also 20. This one also make it 20. Now select the second sketch, give the height as 50. Now my base is created. Selection and propagation mode. Edge selection. Edges to be filleted can be selected using two different methods. One is the select the individual edges. For that, what I will do, I click on the edge fillet. Now we have opened the edge fillet definition window. Click on the edges like here, here, this one, and this one I'm clicking. Okay, and click on preview or OK. This, when we select the individual edges, this will happen, and the radius will apply to the individual edges. Okay, and the second one is the surface, selected surface. When I select a surface, click on the edge fillet and select a surface. Okay, this will apply fillets to edges associated with the surface, will be filtered including internal edges. Okay, the surface, when I select this surface, the edges associated with this surface, like all these are in red, is being filleted. Okay, click on OK. Now you can see all the edges are filleted, or fillet applied to all the edges associated with the surface. Like that, let's select another face, this one, and OK. You can see all the edges associated with this surface is filleted. Next one is the propagation mode. For that, I will like to create another base, a rectangle, SH100. This is also 100. Okay, and here I will give a radius, this is of 25, and click on exit workbench. Now give it 20 mm. Okay, now I have this 3D model. While creating a fillet, you can use two different propagation mode. That is, click on the edge fillet, and in the propagation you can find two different methods. One is the tangency and the second one is the minimal. With the tangency mode, the fillet is applied to the selected edge and all the edges tangent to the selected edge. Like if I click on this edge, the in tangency mode, edges will be applied to all the edges tangent to this edge. Like here, this edge is tangent to this edge and to this edge. This edge tangent to this edge. So tangency mode will be like this. Click on OK, you can see. Okay, and the minimal mode, I'm double clicking here, and when I change it to minimal mode, the fillet is applied only to the selected edge. Here the fillet is applied only here, the selected edge. The propagation mode we will use on fillet, different fillet tools. So let's start the different types of fillets. The first one is the edge fillet. Okay, for that I need a base first. I will create a rectangle having 100 mm length and 100 mm width, and the height will be also 100 mm. Now I have a cube created. An edge fillet is a constant radius fillet that creates smooth transitional surfaces between two adjacent faces. This will create a smooth face between two adjacent faces like this one and this one, the edge fillet. For that, now we have the edge fillet definition window is open. Here we can change the radius. If I want this is 10 mm, I can change it the radius and select the objects to fillets. If I select this one and this one, two elements are selected here. And in the propagation mode, right now it's tangency. It will not affect to anything because there is no radius, or this line is not tangent to any line. Okay, and click on OK. This is called edge fillet. The second one is the trim ribbon in edge fillet. For that, I would like to create another body or insert another body and rename it to trim ribbon. And I would like to create another base for that. For that, I will create a circle 100 mm and I will give it 10 mm. Here I will create a circle which have of diameter 15 mm and this is 15 mm apart from the vertical axis and coincide with the horizontal axis, and click on the exit workbench. Give the height as, let's say, before going to that, I would like to do some more in sketch. Click on this one and I will create 3 number of, I want 2 duplicates here, and click on the center point and click on the radius, and this will be 120 degree. Click on OK. Now I have 3 and click on the pad and give it 25 mm. Okay, now I have 3 different legs here. I want to fillet the edges, these edges, this one. The second selection is the face, so remove this one and this one. Now if I see the preview, you can see there are overlapping fillets in this operation. So I can use the trim option to trim those fillets. If I don't use the trim option, let's see what will happen. You will get an error or warning that at least one ribbon cannot perform correctly. Okay. So in this situation, we can click on the trim ribbon option to create the fillet. So let's go and create another example for keeping edges. For that one, I will need to insert another body and rename it to keeping edges. Click on OK. Now I want to create another base for that. The sketch will be look like this. Okay, this is 100 mm and the vertical lines are symmetric about the vertical axis, these two lines actual, and this is of having 10 mm and this is, let's say, 15 mm, and the height of this bar is 70 mm. Click on the exit workbench, mirror extent, we want 150 mm. Now I have the base is created. So apply the, click on the edge fillet. Okay, click on this face, this edge, and here I want 20 mm. Okay, and in more option, edges to keep, you can find the edges to keep. Okay, here I want to select this one. Okay, and click on preview. Now you can see this will apply, the limit is fixed to this one. While filleting an edge, the fillet may sometimes affect other edges of the part depending on the radius value. Like if I increase, if I remove this face, this edge, and give the radius value 50 and click on preview, you can see this is cannot initialize the operation, change the value of the parameter. Okay, in this situation, the fillet is exceeding this edges, so this is not allowing to make the fillet. For this, I will select this edge. If I select this edge and click on preview, now you can see I have the fillet created. 50 mm fillet created with keeping this edge. Next one is the limiting elements. For that, I will select on the edge fillet, select this edge, and the radius will be 20 mm. Preview. You can see the fillet applied to all, means in this edge this is applied to all. If I this limiting elements here, you can see there is a limiting elements here. This indicates the limit up to which portion of the material to be kept. If I select here and create a plane or line. Okay, I can create a plane which is offset from this plane 20 mm to or 30 mm in this direction. Preview, click on OK. Now if I click on preview again, you can see the fillet applied to up to this much. This is called limiting the element. These are the different examples of edge fillets. The next one is face-to-face fillet. A face-to-face fillet is used when there is no intersection between the faces or when more than two sharp edges exist between the faces. To create a face-to-face fillet, I would like to insert a new body and rename it to face-to-face fillet. Now click on OK. And I would like to create another base to apply a face-to-face fillet. This is 100 mm and this is 50 mm. Okay, click on the exit workbench and give this edge of 5 mm. Okay, I would like to create another circle here. This circle is of diameter 10 mm. Okay, and this is 10 mm apart from the, let's say 15 mm apart from the vertical axis. And click on the exit workbench. Here I will create a draft pad, drafted filleted pad. I will use this option and click on the, here in the drafted filleted pad definition window, the length is given as 5 mm. I would like to make this 10 mm and the limit, this one is my limit. Angle is, let's say 15 mm. Click on preview. This is showing. Change the value, let's say this is 30 and this radius is 0.1. Because the radius is 20, it's not allowing. I'm making everything to 0.1 and preview, click on OK. Now my cone is created. Okay, but I don't want these two fillets, so I will delete. Here you can see I didn't created this edge fillet, but still it's created. This is because of when we use the drafted filleted edge, drafted filleted pad, all these are created, pad, draft and the different edges. Here I don't want the edges, I will remove, delete these edges. Okay, and then I will create the mirror and select the plane. Click on OK. Now I have two different faces which is not intersecting to each other. In this case, I want a fillet between these two. Okay, how I can create the fillet? I will create it by using face-to-face fillet. Click on the fillet and click on the first one and the second face. I have selected two different faces and the radius value is 5 mm here. Let's see. If I increase the value of the radius, see this is the face to face fillet, or we can change the radius value to 5 mm. In 5 mm the value is too less, 7 mm. Now you can see this is comes into this. If I use 9 mm, now you can see the fillet is created. This is called face to face fillet. In face fillet there is another option. Instead of specifying the radius value, the fillet radius can also be defined using a hold curve. This one, where we can define the radius value. For that example, I would like to create another base. For that, I will insert a new body and rename it to Hold Curve. And I will create a base for that. Give the dimensions 50 mm. This is 100 mm. Click on the fit all. And this is 50 mm. This is 20 mm. Click on the exit workbench. Give the thickness 20 mm. Okay. Now my sketch is created. Okay. And I will create a curve here. Let's create a spine. Okay. This is a spine. And I will create another line here at the center of this. To make it to center, I will do symmetry line and the center line. Now I have two curves. Now I have the base and the curves. So let's apply the face to face fillet. This one is my first face and this is my second face. And here in the hold curve, I will select this one and this is the spine and click on OK. Now the face to face fillet with hold curve is created. This is called hold curve face to face fillet. And the next one is the variable radius fillet. For that, I would like to insert a new body, rename it to variable radius fillet. And I will create a base for that. I'm creating a simple rectangle here. This is of 100 mm. This is also 100 mm. Both the lengths are 100 mm and here the thickness height will be 50 mm. Okay. Now let's apply the variable radius fillet. Click on the variable radius fillet. You can find it here and click on this radius, this edge. Okay. Now in the edge fillet, you have only the radius is shown 20 mm in the edge fillet definition window. Here you can see there are two different values preview in the both the ends. But in edge fillet there is only one radius which will preview at the center. Here we have two different radius. Okay. You can change the radius value by double clicking on the radius. Let's say this is 5 mm and click on OK. Okay. And one end is 5 mm and on the other end it is 20 mm. If I click on the preview, you can see my fillet is created. And this is called variable fillet radius. We can change different value at our wish. Okay. Next one is the Tritangent fillet. For that, I would like to insert another body and rename it to Tritangent fillet. Okay. Here I want a square bar or a pipe. You can say solid square bar. For that, I will create 100 mm here and I will create 50 mm here and this is also 50 mm. Click on the exit workbench and in the pad I will give this value as 500 mm. Okay. Fit all. Now Tritangent fillet removes one of the three faces which are selected. Okay. So let's go and select the Tritangent fillet. This one is the Tritangent fillet tool. Click on the Tritangent fillet. Here this is asking fillet faces to fillet. In the Tritangent fillet definition, you can select the faces, the first one and the second one. Third one, you can select the face to remove. This one I want to remove and I want the radius here. Click on preview and click on OK. You can see this removes the third face and give the radius to both the faces. Okay. This is called Tritangent fillet. Okay. The next one is the Chordal fillet. For that, I will create another body and rename it to Chordal fillet. And create a base for that. I will create a cube. Mm, 100 mm give this 50 mm. Okay. Now in the fillet tools, you can find the Chordal fillet. In the when you click on Chordal fillet and click on any edge. Okay. Here you can see there are two different lanes are given in both the end. You can change it to, let's say, 20 for clear visualization. I am making these two lengths bigger. Now you can see instead of radius value, it's showing us the length or the width. This is called the Chordal fillet definition controls the width of the fillet instead of the radius. This is the Chordal fillet radius. Chordal fillet tool works like this. Instead of radius, it will give you the width of the radius. And click on preview or OK. This is called Chordal fillet. So, if troubleshooting the fillet errors, while working on fillets, we will get in many times we will get the errors. If fillet fails, there are few common reasons. Sharp edges with complexity geometry. The first one is the sharp edge with complex geometry. The second one is the very small radius or very big radius. Intersecting surfaces. The fourth one, broken tangency continuity. Sometimes the tangency is broken somewhere. Try to increase the radius or decrease the radius. Select fewer edges or apply fillets step by step to troubleshoot your errors while creating fillets. To summarize the fillets, Edge fillet for fast rounding, face fillet for non-intersecting faces, variable fillet for complex shapes, hold curve fillet for guided surfaces, Tritangent fillet to remove the third face, and the Chordal fillet to control the width of the fillet. So that's all for this video on dress up feature, that is fillet in CATIA V5. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe to Enginuity Lab. Drop your doubts in the comments and stay tuned for the next part where we explore the chamfer tool. Thank you for watching Enginuity Lab. See you on next video.